Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from October 4th to the 10th, and currently it is May 27th, 2022. This week, I guess it is technically today. This week I'm using a full kit, which is exciting, and it's very like muted neutral tones, which are really pretty and I really like, but it was definitely a challenge finding stickers to use this week. I think I succeeded at keeping it pretty neutral. There are a few stickers that have more color than I would have liked for this spread, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and it was definitely nice having so many stickers to play with. I'm trying to think if I have anything to update you guys on as far as like my current life. Not really. Everything is pretty same old, same old. I did manage, if any of you follow me on Instagram and you've heard me rant, I've been having a lot of trouble finding doctors and a dentist that are accepting new patients, and I finally, after months and months and months of looking, I finally got a dental appointment, and I just feel so relieved and so happy because just a lot of things were piling up, and just having one thing scheduled feels so good. However, I am nervous because I'm like, okay, why are you accepting patients? Because nobody else on earth is. And I know that like I was looking for that, but I'm like, are they gonna remove all of my organs while I'm like in the chair or something? Are they gonna extract all my teeth and sell them to make like jewelry out of? I'm not really sure. So I'm a little worried, and I'm also definitely worried about the fact that I haven't been to a dentist in like 4 years, and I'm very like genetically prone to cavities. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Hopefully good news, but I'm fully prepared to be spending a lot of money on just my mouth to fix it. But yeah, what else? I think that's it. So finally, some good news, not all doom and gloom. I am very, very tired today, not 100% sure why. It might be the weather. It's a pretty gloomy day out. I thought I got enough sleep, but I don't know. This is the second time I'm doing this voiceover because I started to zone out. But I'm still really trying to catch up, and I have the time to do the voiceover now, so I'm just going to do it. So moving on to my sidebar, first things first. The two items I decided to mark are that I finally had my fan installed in my car, which was a big issue that I was honestly putting off for way too long. My engine fan, one of them failed, and you have two and you need two because if the second one fails, your engine will overheat. So that was like a big issue, and my check engine light had been on for a long, long time, and you can't get your car inspected if your check engine light is on. So that's like just been a huge issue, and I finally got that fixed this week. So I just used this little mechanic munchkin to mark that. Then under that, I marked that I had a toothache. Sort of ironic that I finally have a dental appointment, and I've had a toothache since October. Long story short, this tooth has been an issue since high school, and I really regret not speaking up when I was younger, but I think it's hard to say something to a professional, especially when you're a teenager. I had a filling done when I was in high school, but that did not end up fixing the issue, and then my dentist was like, actually you need a root canal. So then I had a root canal done, and even after the root canal, I had just like a dull, mild ache in that tooth just permanently. I've just been living with that since I was about like 18 years old. And then this week, the dull ache just became stronger. It's still not a shooting pain or anything at this point, but like there's something wrong with this tooth that has just never been fixed properly. And I really wish I would have said something when I was younger because, you know, my grandmother paid for a lot of, you know, dental shit and, you know, wasn't fixed. So that's pretty frustrating looking back now as a 31-year-old. I really wish I would have said something, but yeah, like what was I going to say? You know, I was too scared. I'm still too scared to say things to professionals. So imagine me as a teenager. But anyway, yeah, so that is my sidebar. Moving on to Monday, the first thing I marked was that I did some tidying up, and I did use a leftover script. I haven't really been using scripts, mainly because my favorite scripts are some that my friend Ilza from Ilza's Melted Plans made for me, and I have no idea where they went when I did my sticker organization. They sort of just got misplaced in the shuffle, and I have no idea how, because like everything is accounted for, so I don't know where they are. But I do have these like random freebie scripts lying around, and I sort of regret using them just because I think they don't, I don't know. The fact that they all don't have the same font is kind of annoying, but it's too late and it's not that big of a deal. And then this spray bottle is just a random spray bottle that was part of like a kit that came, it came with functional deco, and I just kept it under that with a little thing and these emojis playing on a bed. I marked that my boyfriend and I took a nap together, which is rare because he doesn't like naps. He thinks they're a waste of time. I love naps. They make me feel refreshed because I don't like hitting 8 p.m. and feeling utterly exhausted. Like, I want to enjoy my evening. So if lying down for 15 to 20 minutes saves my evening, I think it's worth it. I don't think it's a waste of time. But yeah, so we did take a nap. Then under that with a little thing and this munchkin holding a slice of pizza, I marked that we got Little Caesars, which I know is trash. I didn't try Little Caesars until like a few years ago. And it's definitely not my favorite trash pizza, like Domino's and Pizza Hut forever. But it's still pretty good and like super, super cheap. So yeah, we got Little Caesars and they have really good breadsticks. I will say that their breadsticks are really good. With these Olive Studio sneakers, I marked that we went on a walk. Then under that with a fancy label and this upset munchkin, I marked that I was in a mood. I believe there wasn't really any reason for me to be in a mood this day. I just was. The flag, another script, and this Stella Bow Sticker Co., I think, laptop. I marked that I did work. And then with the fancy label and this munchkin watching TV, I marked that we watched SNL. Moving on to Tuesday with another one of these laptops, flags, and a work script. I marked that I worked, and I think the script makes a little more sense even though I don't love it. I don't love the size for this flag, but it pops a little more than trying to write work on like a charcoal sticker with a black pen, so it's not that bad. Under that, I definitely stole this little move. I saw, I think maybe on Instagram, Samantha Plans used one of these big squares just like sort of centered in the space. And I kind of liked the way that looked, and I've been struggling on figuring out how to use these squares. So I used one of them, and then in the corner I layered this, I think it's Paper Prints Co. No, that sounds wrong. I don't remember, but this little notebook pen sticker with these glasses that were left over from an old kit. To mark that I did some research on how to pay taxes because this was going to be the first time I was going to have to pay taxes with a 1099, and then I was going to have to pay quarterly taxes because when you're an independent contractor, your life sucks that way. So yeah, watched a few videos on how to do that so that I wouldn't mess up because the IRS loves any reason to fine you. It's just really, it's a hard thing to do correctly. I feel like no matter how sure you are, like I'm pretty sure I paid my quarterly taxes correctly, and I'm still prepared to get a fee. Under that with a fancy label and this leftover dishes soap sticker, I marked that I did my dishes. With a half box and this munchkin watching TV, I marked that I finished Dirty John, the Betty Broderick season. That's the only season I've watched of that show. It's another one of those shows where like every season is a different story, so you don't have to watch every season, and I was really only interested in the Betty Broderick story, so. But I did enjoy it. I'm sure the rest of the seasons are good too. I just wouldn't know. Moving on to Wednesday, I really wish I looked up what this movie was. I think I liked it. I feel like I think I liked it, but I don't remember what it was about. But I watched the movie P2 while I was working, and I marked that with this Carly Plans TV. Under that with a flag and another one of these laptops, I marked that I worked. With a little thing and this table setting from Planning Roses, I marked that I put the dishes away. With this tiny, tiny little broom and a little thing, I marked that I swept the floors with a fancy label, and this envelope from Sticky Perks, I want to say. I marked that I boxed up a bunch of random mail. We have like mailboxes in the building for everybody, and a lot of people were not picking up their mail that the mailman didn't feel the need to like put in the mailbox. I guess he was too lazy to unlock them. I don't know. But there was just a bunch of mail sitting on top of the mailboxes, and it was getting really messy. So I took a cardboard box and filed everything neatly away and like tucked it in a corner just so I didn't have to look at it every day. And also the woman who purchased, this is so long to just explain that I boxed up mail, but the woman who purchased the space beneath my apartment, who turned it into a coffee shop, she refuses to lock her mailbox. She just leaves it swinging open all the time. So the mailman just shoves a ton of random mail in there, and then the coffee shop lady gets pissed and throws it all over the floor. So then I go down and clean up her mess. It's just, I'm just always cleaning up after people. Anyway, moving on. So I boxed up mail. Then with a quarter box and this emoji holding bananas, I marked that I walked to the Aldi, which is a grocery store for those of you who don't have them near you. And I specifically went for fruit with a little thing and this credit card sticker left over from a kit. I marked that I did some online shopping. Then with a little thing and this munchkin holding a tooth. This munchkin actually looks super happy. There weren't enough, I'm sorry, it's an emoji. There weren't enough miserable looking toothache emojis on the dentist sheet, so I figured I'll just use this happy one down there. He's tiny enough. He could, I'm going to pretend he's upset, but I marked that my tooth started hurting this day. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with a flag and another laptop was that I did work. Then with this half box, and is it a half box? Something box, third box, I don't know. I marked that I went on a walk with my roommate, and I used, this is one of my favorite Pumpkin Paper Co. stickers ever, and I'm definitely going to have to repurchase this sheet. I need to make a list of like all the stickers I need to repurchase when I'm back to buying stickers, because this is just one of my favorites and there aren't enough on the sheet. Under that, with this scribbler freebie that I got drinking a cappuccino, I marked that we got coffees. And then with a fancy label and this deco from a cleaning kit that I used, I marked that I finished doing the dishes. Then with a fancy label and this Olive Studio planning sticker, I marked that I did some planning. Then with this munchkin head that's like whining, I marked that I was tired. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with a flag, a script, and this Planning Roses laptop was that I did some more work. Then with a half box and another piece of deco from the same cleaning themed kit, I marked that I swept the floors and did some tidying up. Then with a half box and a munchkin eating pizza or holding a pizza box, I marked that we got and pizza, buy one, get one free. Then with a movie marquee and this Olive Studio sticker, I marked that we watched the MTV Challenge. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with a little thing and this Piper Prints. I think that's the shop. I'm pretty sure. I marked that I worked. With a fancy label and this litter sticker, I marked that I helped my roommate dump out the entire litter box contents. It was just not smelling up to my standards, and we needed to start over. This was before I had a cat, so I think that's why I put that I helped her, because it was like sort of her responsibility, but she was too embarrassed to like walk outside and go up to the trash can and dump it, so I went with her. Then with the little thing and this car, I marked that I cleaned out the back seat of my car. And with a quarter box and another mechanic munchkin, I marked that we installed the fan, and it was almost a disaster. I ordered, so if you've never seen one of my videos or I've never mentioned before, my car is waiting to die. It's an 07, and it's just a piece of trash that has been beaten down ever since I moved to the city. Like, people just play bumper cars here. And so I want to put as little money in it as possible, but obviously I still want to like keep it running so I don't crash on the highway. So I purchased a fan from eBay instead of getting one from Volkswagen because it's like hundreds and hundreds cheaper. And it said that it would fit my car. They had like a guarantee and I could return it if it didn't. So we got the fan. And what they did was they added this tiny little piece of plastic in the socket that the plug connects to in order to make it so that you have to replace both fans, because you can replace one fan or the entire assembly when you're replacing an engine fan. I'm sorry, it's probably boring, but anyway, it just pissed me off because they're trying to get more money out of you because they want you to buy the entire assembly from them. Well, fortunately for me, my boyfriend is very quick on his feet. He's a problem solver. So he went down in his basement and he got a saw and he sawed off the little piece of plastic that was inside the plug. And then we were able to plug it and it worked great. So that, yeah, I was very relieved because I really didn't want to have to purchase a fan to replace the working one I already had just because of a tiny little piece of plastic that was making the plugs not fit perfectly. With a fancy label and some more Olive Studio sneakers, I marked that we walked to Blaze Pizza. Then with an appointment label and this carb emoji, I marked that we got free breadsticks. With a squared off box and this Halloween TV, I marked that we moved my boyfriend's huge TV. He still had one of those huge box TVs from way back when, and he finally decided to sell it. So yeah, I had to help him move that around. And then finally, on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with a little thing and more sneakers was that I went on a short walk, then with a quarter box, and this is from a Halloween movie sheet, but I used it to mark sending emails because emails stress me out. With a flag and another laptop from Planting Roses, I marked that I worked. Then with a squared off box and this ice cream sticker, I marked that we went to Cold Stone because I had a gift card and they had their boo batter out, which is really just like a gimmick. It's just cake batter dyed black, but I really wanted to do as many Halloween-y things as possible, and cake batter is our favorite flavor anyway, so we both got it. Then with a little thing and this Kevin emoji, I marked that we watched The Office. With another little thing and this Coffee Monsters Co. doodle camera, I marked that I sent pictures of clothing that I got for my boyfriend's niece and nephew. I sent the pictures to his sister to see if she liked anything, because if she doesn't like it, I'll just return it. She did like everything, so that was cool. Then with the little thing and this monocle wearing Munchkin head, I marked that we inspected chairs. I don't know what chairs we were inspecting, but that's the last thing we did on Sunday. So that is everything for this plan with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.